Hi. Welcome to the History House. I'm Ahmed Saeed and you are watching the History of November 9th on your favorite The History House YouTube channel. Please watch the video till the end so that you will know about the births and deaths on this day. Do not forget to subscribe the channel in order to get daily updates. November 9th is the 313th day of the year, 314th in leap years in the Gregorian calendar. 52 days remain until the end of the year. 694 At the 17th Council of Toledo, Exeter, a king of the Visigoths of Hispania, accuses Jews of aiding Muslims, sentencing all Jews to slavery. 1277 The Treaty of Aberconwy, a humiliating settlement forced on Llywelyn ap Gruffydd by King Edward I of England, brings a temporary end to the Welsh Wars. 1313 Louis the Bavarian defeats his cousin Frederick I of Austria at the Battle of Gamelsdorf. 1330 At the Battle of Posada, Basarabie of Wallachia defeats the Hungarian army of Charles I Robert. 1456 Ulrich II, Count of Celje, last ruler of the county of Scilly, is assassinated in Belgrade. 1520 More than 50 people are sentenced and executed in the Stockholm bloodbath. 1620 Pilgrims aboard the Mayflower sight land at Cape Cod, Massachusetts. 1688 Glorious Revolution, William of Orange captures Exeter. 1720 The synagogue of Judahi Hasid is burned down by Arab creditors, leading to the expulsion of the Ashkenazim from Jerusalem. 1729 Spain, France and Great Britain sign the Treaty of Seville. 1780 American Revolutionary War, in the Battle of Fishdam Ford a force of British and Loyalist troops fail in a surprise attack against the South Carolina Patriot militia under Brigadier General Thomas Sumter. 1791 Foundation of the Dublin Society of United Irishmen. 1799 Napoleon Bonaparte leads the coup of 18 Brumaire, ending the Directory government, and becoming First Consul of the successor Consulate Government. 1851 Kentucky Marshals abduct abolitionist minister Calvin Fairbank from Jeffersonville, Indiana, and take him to Kentucky to stand trial for helping a slave escape. 1862 American Civil War, Union General Ambrose Burnside assumes command of the Army of the Potomac, after George B. McClellan is removed. 1867 Tokugawa shogunate hands power back to the Emperor of Japan, starting the Meiji Restoration. 1872 The Great Boston Fire of 1872. 1881 Mapuche rebels attack the fortified Chilean settlement of Temuco. 1887 The United States receives rights to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. 1906 Theodore Roosevelt is the first sitting president of the United States to make an official trip outside the country. He did so to inspect progress on the Panama Canal. 1907 The Cullinan Diamond is presented to King Edward VII on his birthday. 1913 The Great Lakes Storm of 1913, the most destructive natural disaster ever to hit the lakes, reaches its greatest intensity after beginning 2 days earlier. The storm destroys 19 ships and kills more than 250 people. 1914 SMS Emden is sunk by HMAS Sydney in the Battle of Cocos. 1918 Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany abdicates after the German Revolution, and Germany is proclaimed a republic. 1923 In Munich, police and government troops crush the Nazi beer hall putsch. 1935 The Congress of Industrial Organizations is founded in Atlantic City, New Jersey, by 8 trade unions belonging to the American Federation of Labor. 1937 Second Sino-Japanese War, the Chinese army withdraws from the Battle of Shanghai. 1938 The Nazi German diplomat Ernst von Rath dies from gunshot wounds by Herschel Grinspan, an act which the Nazis used as an excuse to instigate the 1938 national pogrom, also known as Kristallnacht. 1940 Warsaw is awarded the Virtuti Militari. 1953 Cambodia gains independence from France. 1960 Robert McNamara is named president of Ford Motor Company, the first non-Ford to serve in that post. A month later, he resigned to join the administration of newly elected John F. Kennedy. 1963 At Mike Coal Mine, Mike, Japan, an explosion kills 458, and hospitalizes 839 with carbon monoxide poisoning. 1965 Several U.S. states and parts of Canada are hit by a series of blackouts lasting up to 13 hours in the Northeast Blackout of 1965. 1965 A Catholic worker movement member, Roger Allen Laporte, protesting against the Vietnam War, sets himself on fire in front of the United Nations building. 1967 Apollo program, NASA launches the unmanned Apollo 4 test spacecraft atop the first Saturn V rocket from Cape Kennedy, Florida. 1970 Vietnam War, the Supreme Court of the United States votes 6-3 against hearing a case to allow Massachusetts to enforce its law granting residents the right to refuse military service in an undeclared war. 1979 Cold War, nuclear false alarm, the NORAD computers and the alternate National Military Command Center in Fort Ritchie, Maryland detected purported massive Soviet nuclear strike. After reviewing the raw data from satellites and checking the early warning radars, the alert is cancelled. 1985 Garry Kasparov, 22, of the Soviet Union becomes the youngest world chess champion by beating fellow Soviet Anatoly Karpov. 1989 Cold War, fall of the Berlin Wall, East Germany opens checkpoints in the Berlin Wall, allowing its citizens to travel to West Berlin. 1993 Stari Most, the old bridge in the Bosnian city of Mostar, built in 1566, collapses after several days of bombing by Croat forces during the Croat-Bosniak War. 1994 The chemical element darmstadtium is discovered. 1998 A U.S. federal judge, in the largest civil settlement in American history, orders 37 U.S. brokerage houses to pay $1.03 billion United States dollars to cheated Nasdaq investors to compensate for price fixing. 1998 Capital punishment in the United Kingdom, already abolished for murder, is completely abolished for all remaining capital offenses. 1999 TAESA Flight 725 crashes after takeoff from Uruapan International Airport in Uruapan, Michoacán, Mexico, killing all 18 people on board. 2000 Uttarakhand officially becomes the 27th state of India, formed from 13 districts of northwestern Uttar Pradesh. 2004 Firefox 1.0 is released. 2005 The Venus Express mission of the European Space Agency is launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. 2005 Suicide bombers attack 3 hotels in Amman, Jordan, killing at least 60 people. 2007 The German Bundestag passes the controversial data retention bill mandating storage of citizens' telecommunications traffic data for 6 months without probable cause. 2012 A train carrying liquid fuel crashes and bursts into flames in northern Myanmar, killing 27 people and injuring 80 others. 2012 At least 27 people are killed and dozens are wounded in conflicts between inmates and guards at Welakada prison in Colombo. 2019 Kartarpur corridor was started by India and Pakistan. Births on this day 30th of October. 1877 Alima Iqbal 1974 Alessandro Del Piero Italian footballer. 1970 Chris Jericho American, Canadian wrestler, singer-songwriter, actor. 1934 Carl Sagan American astronomer, author. 1928 Anne Sexton American poet. 1918 Spiro Agnew American politician, 39th Vice President of the United States. Deaths on this day 30th of October. 2005 K.R. Narayanan Indian politician, 10th President of India. 2004 Stieg Larsson Swedish writer. 1970 Charles de Gaulle French general, politician, President of France. 1953 Ibn Saud Saudi Arabian king. 1940 Neville Chamberlain English politician, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Thanks a lot for watching the History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories on daily basis.